bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Ready.
For the first time to Najee Harris. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. Open man, completes it to Claypool. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the...
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That swung out wide to Harris. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
No, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll try the right side with Harris. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down.
He'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it here.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off at the 35. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Well, it's a shot pass, and it's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play.
Down, 53.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short.
Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline.
That one brought back a few nightmares, because when the quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there, having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now this time he'll look to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Now a give, right side. It's Harris, and he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harris. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go now. 60 red. 60 red. Green jack. Cut.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. Watch his slant.
Steps away to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Now back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Colts defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Mike 38, Mike 38. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Ready.
They'll set up a throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22.
Mike 38. You can't block me. You can't block me. Top 60. Top 60. Mike. I'm going to lose one. Let's go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Ready up.
Mike. Check. Watch the before. Watch the before.
Cluster 6. Ready.
They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. They run the counter. Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Second and 11. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ed Oliver gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You think you gonna get this? Mike 38, Mike 38. You remember? Ready, go.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Flush to his right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Spike 60. Ready, go.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Throw left side, taken in by Claypool.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Here we go, set. 10 black.
54. Defense wins championships, baby.
Ready, set, put.
They'll look to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Let's go. 45. One. Set, go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
The Steelers send out their punter now. as he'll kick it away for the second time. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Again by running the option.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
Check smash! Check smash! Let him know! Let him know!
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Now for the point after. And that'll make it 13-7.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Second and 1. He gets it left side of Johnson.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Steelers on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to throw. Being chased out left. Got it good. It's Williams. A gain of 6 there on first.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot. That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Warriors 70. All day, defense, all day, all day. Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Mike 38, Mike 38, Mike 38. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Hey. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
He'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. His first carry, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 18, Pioneer. Mike 38, Mike 38. Watch the flood, watch the flood, watch the flood. Watch the flood, motion, flood. Ready, go.
They'll drop to throw. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
56, check 56. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. I'm coming.
And they, in fact, will throw it. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Let go.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I'm going to come back to you. 56 to Mike. 56 smash. Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike, 50.
They'll set up to throw.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. With the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Rolling to his right. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Check, check. Watch the before. Watch the before. Run it now.
Back to throw. Completion here to Claypool. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. He's back to throw.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
And the Colts have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
Ready, break.
So this one winds up in Indianapolis victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Indianapolis, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves.
Next, it's a rematch of Super Bowl 26. The Bills are looking to get back to the title game for the first time since the 1993 season. It's Washington and Buffalo, and it's headed your way next.
They indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of Bills Stadium in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the football team. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Take it in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So after the Washington offense onto the field. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Micah Hyde. Hyde dancing past him. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.